pecan pie.
I have Ghostface Killua, Brotendo, and
Brotari.
Brotari, aka Pookie.
AKA Pookie. Thanks, Mom.
Wow.
After that, I need another one of these.
We are drinking sake. We're drinking sake and talking about anime. He's very fancy. I used to think I was fancy. He's so fancy. He has
these ain't even my nice ones. These ain't even my nice ones. I've got some actually from Japan that we just ordered, and they got like little faces on them. Oh, they're so damn cute.
I just have a questionable teacup and something that you put ketchup in because I didn't want to put. I didn't want to get a shot glass. I wanted to be different. I wanted to be fancy.
And I tell you, you're going to be like Beauty and the Beast getting the little baby teacup. And
Yep. But see, my sake is boiled. His is not.
Yeah.
So
I straight up microwaved it. It's all good.
So,
What more do you need?
Exactly.
Just needed it hot.
It's a little too hot. Anywho, this episode is going to be about anime recommendations. We're going to talk about our top 5 of no specific genre, favorite animes, and then the top 5 recommendations. I might actually just go over the whole list. Yeah. I might just do it, Brotendo. The whole list. I've asked several groups, and I ranked however many times one was mentioned. I put that at the very, very top, down, and we went from there. So, yeah, with no further ado, with no further of what it do, I'll let you go.
Adieu.
I'll let you start with your top 5 and why.
All right. So I'm trying to figure out what direction I want to go, because I might just break it down to like my top in a couple of different like genre, I think. So I don't know. So probably one of my favorites is probably going to have to be one that I actually recommended to you, was Steins Gate. Just because, it's not going to be one for everybody. It's one where there's a lot going on all at the same time. There's, it's kind of like a thriller, but also, because it's based on like time travel. And it's just so good because, that's something that I'm really into. I know that's something that you're into, but it's definitely one that you cannot be multitasking while watching, because there's a lot going on. And yeah, that was one I made sure I like locked my phone away. Like I can't do that, because there might be a couple of slower points, but it's a really good show. It's a really good story. And like how they get to the point of learning how all of this is kind of happening. It's really cool to see just all of the light bulbs come on and everything start to click and come together. I'm really a big fan of Steins Gate.
All right. I've never seen Steins Gate, so that's not on my list at all.
I know you haven't.
All right. Okay.
What's your number 5?
Oh, shoot. Okay. So my problem is I didn't really rank them. I didn't really rank, 1 to 5.
Neither did I. I'm just, based on the ones that I remember, based on the ones that really stick out to me and are maybe even just more unique than others. Just the ones that stand out are probably the ones that I'm gonna hit.
You're exactly right. That makes sense. So let me consult my list. Uh well, okay, I'm gonna go stereotypical here. I like My Hero Academia. Um I forgot what they call it in Japan. Boku no
Boku no
Boku no My Hero Academia, and I I recommend that one because right now there's so many superhero things. It really wasn't that prevalent in anime. So like if you wanted to get away from the Marvel universe and DC failure universe and you wanted to do something else, you'd watch anime. But if you wanted that and anime, there was no mixture unless you watched like the X-Men anime, which was pretty good, and stuff like that. So this is pretty much the same Shonen Jump type of formula where you have some like unlikely underdog and he just has like this really strong will to live or I'm sorry, will to win.
mhm.
And he's really if there are anime fans watching, I compare him to it's like Naruto if Guy was the main character. If not Guy. Um the other M hair.
Lee.
Lee. Yeah, if Rock Lee was the main character in Naruto and you put superpowers in it, that's My Hero Academia for you. Just with the
Yeah.
tears and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got the same kind of formula as like your Naruto's. It's got the same kind of formula as your One Piece. It's got the same kind of formula as your Dragon Balls, where everyone has like their own specific kind of style, their own specific jutsus, their own specific powers, and it's a really good equation for making a really popular anime. Not to say
Right.
they're the best ones, but they're really popular, and I think My Hero definitely just cracked that code on well, they didn't crack the code, but they're following that same equation for a super popular anime. And
Right.
like superheroes, especially like nowadays, have become so much more popular and prevalent than they were 15 years ago. But yeah, I mean, My Hero Academia is definitely one of my favorite animes as well. But just for the sake of things, I won't name it on mine. I'm gonna do a couple of different ones on there.
Let me say one more thing then, so because I know I'm going to end up taking one of yours, but one of the other things I like about My Hero that is different from say Dragon Ball. Never mind. Dragon Ball fans are going to jump all over me for that one because they're going to say, "Well, what about Vegeta?" Character development. Character development. When we were younger, it was you could have a villain and just he's the bad guy, and that's like all you really needed to know.
Yeah.
He didn't need motivation. He didn't need anything. Or you could have a guy and that's an a-hole, like nothing. But there's a character in there, try not to spoil it, who is kind of looked at like why is this guy even trying to be a hero? He's clearly going to be a bad guy one day, and he's a jerk, and kind of hate him. He's like super aggressive for no reason, but then you really start seeing the motivation behind why he does what he does, and he has a code. He has an honor code, like he really does. And so watching that kind of stuff and seeing certain characters' motivations, it's great. The characters are also very unique as well. Colorful. For those who like art, the art style is good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's really well done.
yeah, I recommend it.
Yeah, the fight scenes are great.
They're amazing fight scenes.
Yeah, and just some of the little twists and turns in there, I'm just like, what? Like, it's awesome. And since you brought up Vegeta, I will say, in Super, he was probably one of my favorite characters in Super.
All day.
Like,
yeah, he earned it. He earned everything good. He's great in Super.
Yeah, he's fantastic in Super.
But what's your next recommendation?
All right. So next one, I think So my first one was Steins Gate. So it's a little off the wall. A lot, it's a really good anime. I know a lot of people probably haven't seen it. But probably one of my next ones, I would probably have to say, I'm gonna go Assassination Classroom. Super weird just to see in the beginning. You're just like, what is the premise of this show? Like, what are they coming to? Where did they get this idea? How many bowls did someone smoke to just, like, get to this point of this is, what they're coming to in an anime? But it really works. It really works. So kind of like kind of piggybacking off what you were talking about as far as character development, like it follows. I think I might have even talked about this in the last episode, but it follows not just one singular character. There's kind of like a main character or two, but it literally follows every single person in that classroom and then some. But like you just get to see all of these kids grow and take on new tasks and kind of push past their boundaries and their limits. But probably, my favorite character would have to be the teacher, Kuro Sensei. He sticks with these kids, and I just love how passionate he is and became as a teacher. But you gotta watch it. It's really good.
Yet another anime that I haven't seen.
I told you I'm gonna probably stay away from any of the ones that you're talking about because, but I'll probably agree with you on most of them because, I've seen almost all of the ones that you've seen. Now there are a couple in there that I'm like, or that I've seen, I'm like, I wouldn't want to watch ever again because they weren't good.
Yeah. Like I said, don't ever watch the Ninja Scroll anime series. That series is hot garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you've seen the movie. And the movie was so... You know what?
It's not
There's
just
my
so
next
good.
recommendation.
It's iconic. It's iconic. And that's it's most people's benchmark. Like everyone I talk to now, and I bring up Ninja Scroll, they're just like, "Oh, Ninja Scroll." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I've seen it finally. I know what you all are talking about now." So.
That's I'm gonna say that's my next recommendation. It's not a series. Yes, it's a series now, but they made the movie, and then they were like, "Oh, this is so popular. I want more money." And I don't know if I don't know if it was the original creators or not. I'm not about to look it up. I choose to believe that the original creators sold the rights to make a series to someone else. That's what I choose to believe, just for my own sanity. Just like I choose to believe that Liam Neeson never said that he wanted to kill black people for this friend that got raped. Like, I choose to believe that didn't happen. So that's my reality. That's my alternate universe. And I'm going to say Ninja Scroll is the anime that y'all need to watch. That, if you don't want to watch a series and you want to watch a movie, it's good. It doesn't give you a whole bunch of convoluted, explanation. They do explain certain things, but you really do come in where it feels like you might just be in the middle of it. Or you might have missed something, but it's good. They don't it's not slow paced. We talked about that in the last episode. It's fast paced. You're right in the thick of it. The characters are their motivations are consistent. The only thing that annoyed me every once in a while was how the woman acted, but that's neither here nor there. The villains are interesting. It could have easily been a great video game. And the world building is good. They can make a sequel if they really, really want to.
I don't think anyone would allow them to touch it ever again.
It's about money. They better not, but they definitely made a series out of it, and the series was garbage. I can't say that enough. But if you like action, good fight scenes, um, like badass characters, that's the one for you. But I wouldn't watch it in front of your parents or anything like that, or your pastor. That ain't gonna work. So that's my next recommendation.
Very good. So where do I go from there? Well, let me take a look at my list here real quick. So if we want to go on a movie, one that I was actually really impressed with, as far as an anime movie, because you know me, I really don't watch a whole lot of movies. So for me to like have this one, it was actually a recommendation from my buddy Brandon, and it was really good. Like even towards the end, whenever like it's just things just get bonkers like real quick at the end of this show, and like I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. I'm just like, what is happening right now? But it's Akira. So in the what I think when did that come out? It was like 80s, like maybe mid 80s or something like that. And like for the time especially, it was so well done. Now, side note, it's probably going to be one of those movies where if you get any of those like weird guys that are just like, oh, the anime style is trash. I don't like the way it's drawn. I'm not going to watch it. I can't get into it. And I'm just like, come on. Get over yourself. Watch the damn thing. Just, get out of your shell a little bit. Everything doesn't have to be all butterflies and rainbows. Just watch a show that has a little bit more depth than just being pretty, and yeah, it's really well done. And if you're into a movie or wanting a movie vibe, dude, Akira, all the way. All the way.
I'm going to have to say this, and you're not going to like it, but I did not like Akira.
That's fine.
Because I grew up in the era, and it wasn't the art style. They actually did a good job. I didn't like how some of the characters were drawn, but that's neither here nor there. Like, that bike, oh my God.
Yo.
That bike, I wanted a motorcycle when I was a kid forever because of that. Then I grew out of it. Then the Rough Riders came out, and I wanted a three-wheeler. I wanted a slingshot real bad.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in a gang, and I wanted a slingshot because of the Rough Riders. And then I was like, yeah, I don't want to fight. And they're not a gang; they're a biker club. That's different. So,
well, yeah. And then if we're going movies, then I could also asterisk and basically put like anything Studio Ghibli. Like, I love all of their movies, but
I have no idea.
I wanted to do something a little different.
Are you, Studio Ghibli, is that the same studio that has Princess Mononoke?
Yeah, Princess Mononoke. You got Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, My Neighbor Totoro, Ponyo.
Those are all beautifully illustrated movies. Like, I don't even remember anything about Princess Mononoke except for like the weird ghost things. That's all I remember. That and her floating around. I don't think I understood it, or maybe I was half asleep when I watched it. But I was like, "Oh, this movie looks pretty,"
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't. Okay, so I didn't like Akira only because I have a thing about grotesque looking things, and it's not the art. The art was done well.
Shocked the hell out of me when that happened.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah. It's kind of like people who don't like gore in horror movies. Like, I don't care about gore in horror movies, but like, I just thought it could have been different, and I think it was done exactly the way it needed to go. I just personally didn't like Akira. Setsuo! I'll always remember that. No, it's Tetsuo. All right. Okay. My next recommendation. We got two more, right? Two more recommendations?
Yeah, well, this is going to be, what, your third one? I think this is your third one. And then, so each of us have two more after you do this one.
Okay. So wait, what I do? My Hero.
Mm-hmm.
I did Ninja Scroll.
And that's all you've done so far.
No.
Yeah, because I've done 3. I went first.
Okay. All right. My memory is trash, everyone. Anyone watching,
Garbage.
Let me tell you.
Garbage.
I have, like, an extremely detailed emotional memory, but other than that, I'm, like, gory. It's kind of like, it ain't gonna work. So, good, because I remembered one.
I really like drinking sake while we do this.
Yeah, this was it. This was it. Nerd and bourbon, now it's nerd and sake right now. All right, so I remembered this one. So for anybody who doesn't want to watch anime because they feel like it's childish, I have a friend in Arizona. Shout out to Shane Mitro. You're probably never gonna watch this because you hate. He thinks anything animated is cartoons, and cartoons he thinks Warner Brothers. He's like he's like this very macho guy. He looks exactly like that basketball player. He looks just like Blake Griffin. He's a white guy. He's Polish. He's a Polish white guy that looks like Blake Griffin. But his mind, he says, nope, I don't look like Blake Griffin because I'm not black. And if it's drawn, it's a cartoon. No. So I would recommend, if somebody just wants something that is not like lasers and all this craziness, there's a little bit of craziness, or someone who's just very smart and they just want a smart anime or something that they can get into. You know exactly where I'm going with this. Exactly where I'm going with this. Death Note.
Come on, Yagami.
You gotta watch Death Note. It could be, if I listed some out, I would say that might be number 1. And they didn't let the series drag on to a place where, like, they just kept taking money for it and like in some kind of cash grab where they just kept putting out episodes. No, bro, Death Note was amazing. The story is good. I don't think it's too much of it's not, there's no spoiler in me telling you. Well, I'll say this.
If you like a dark thriller style anime with a couple of twists and turns that are gonna throw you for a loop, watch Death Note.
It is so smart. It makes me laugh when I've gotten criticized because I like Hunter x Hunter, but I just don't think it's the best anime out there. And Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter, their fans will say, if you didn't like it, if you thought some of it was stupid, you're just dumb. You like animes where they just kick and punch all the time. There's no kicking and punching in anime. Like, the biggest I'm not anime, in Death Note. Like,
right.
The biggest action I've ever seen in Death Note was him taking a potato chip and eating it. Like, that's the that's the action scene. And it's directed so well. Like, I almost forgot it was an anime. Because they take a scene like that and they make it like, oh shoot, he just ate a potato chip, you know? I know that sounds stupid to those of you who may not have seen it, but seriously, that's Death Note. I could drop the mic right there, but I've got like 2 more bangers.
Gosh, it's so hard because I've got so many that I really, really love, but because actually, I don't think I really did any like kind of thriller or darker style of anime. Well, I guess like Akira might have been a little there, but
it's a little gray.
Well, here I'll asterisk. So if Death Note, I'll also add to the death. You can say Death Parade. If you haven't seen Death Parade, you must watch Death Parade. It's really, really good. It's actually really well drawn. It has that little bit of darkness in there, but the story and like kind of like the morals behind the show itself is really really good. It's a beautiful anime, but it has that darkness factor to it that I think is going to appeal to that crowd really really well. So Death Parade is another one that I would recommend. Now that's not like one of mine that I'm going to bring up. I was just asterisking that on yours, just a kind of an addition, an additive. So after that, if I want to get back to some really fun, like wholehearted kind of animes, probably one that I would really recommend is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Really good. It's that style of isekai animes that I really enjoy, but it's really wholesome. There's some good fights in there, but you basically have this god character that just can do everything, basically like Rey in Star Wars, like just automatically can do anything and everything, and you know that's about it. But they use their power to do some really awesome stuff. So That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, fantastic, in my opinion. I really, really like that one. I've seen it a couple of times, and it's so good.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Rimuru Tempest.
Never seen it. Never seen it.
I know.
Never seen it.
I know you haven't seen it.
Oh man, you know, I just replaced one in my mind, and okay. So rundown. Right now, we got Ninja Scroll. We have My Hero Academia. We have Akira.
Mm-hmm. Steins Gate.
Steins Gate.
Mm-hmm.
We have
That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Death Note, and we both have two more. Am I missing any?
Well, I have one more. You have two more.
Right. So this is going to be hard because, again, this is like recommending anime to people who either don't watch it, haven't watched it, or just are interested in seeing. So, you know what? I was going to say SAO. I changed my mind. My list wouldn't be complete at all without Samurai Champloo.
Yeah.
Samurai Champloo, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. If it's very it's kid friendly, you know. It's not because it came out on Adult Swim. It's not like it's not one of those animes that like. Well, I don't want to say kid friendly. I've already said it though. There's not swearing really in it. Obviously, there's fighting, but it's yet another one of those animes that didn't just go on forever for no reason. There's no cash grabby. It's only like a season or two, maybe. I can't remember. I know you haven't seen it. I wish you had. I know it's not a lot of episodes, so
it's on my list though.
It's got to be next. But Samurai Champloo is really fun. They have a semi-diverse set of characters. It's not hard to follow. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to pay super close attention to it like Steins Gate and to an extent Death Note. You can watch it in passing. The fight scenes are really good. Like I said, it's not super smart, so you can just have fun watching it. There's funny characters in there, and there's like three different personality types inside the main characters. You have the woman she's kind of like comic relief. She doesn't fight. You know, she's kind of funny and like this damsel. You have a very serious samurai, doesn't laugh.
Stoic.
Yes, thank you. You have very stoic. And then you have my favorite character. He's very much like Wolverine. My back has been itching all day. He's like, in my opinion, he's like Wolverine. He's just
with them claws.
With the Apple Pencil.
There you go.
That's what's gonna happen. I can't say he's like Wolverine because he's not like feral, but he's very wild. And at first glance, I think the first 10 minutes of the first episode, you're gonna see him fight, and it's like kind of like Zack from the Power Rangers. He's like breakdancing, and it's like drunken boxing, breakdancing. And, like, people are thinking that he's just this... They're like, stand still, let me get you. And he's, like, doing all this crazy stuff. And they think that it's just luck that they're not hitting him.
You're never gonna catch me.
Yeah, I mean, it's his fighting style. His fighting style is that. And he does... Oh, it's so great. He'll block swords with his sandal while spinning upside down. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. And they did a live-action spin-off of him versus Afro Samurai, and they made that a show, and it was terrible. They made it... the action was good, but shout out to everybody who did that, by the way. That was amazing. I was just more interested in the fight than the reason why they got there. Like, you didn't need to... I didn't care. I saw Afro Samurai fighting him, and that's all I cared about. But enough of me rambling on. That is an amazing anime. Samurai Champloo is it's great. If you like lo-fi, the theme is lo-fi. It's dope. It's just dope. Just watch it. Just watch it. You gotta watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. Don't worry. I am a man of my word. I will watch it.
And I am a man of sake. So.
And it was on my list before you even recommended it to me. I was already like, well, that's one I want to watch from that kind of era, because I wanted to go back and watch like the Tenchi Muyos, the Inuyasha, Samurai Champloo, Trigun, Yu Yu Hakusho, all of that good stuff. But
I liked Trigun. As an asterisk, I will say I liked Trigun. There's this thing that they used to do in anime a lot where they would take a character who was serious and they would make him do something silly, kind of like One Punch. And I, for some reason, just couldn't stand that. And in Trigun, I'm spoiling it and I don't care. In Trigun, Vast the Stampede, he was badass. And then every once in a while, they'd just make him super goofy for no reason. Like, I'm like, bro, like, you're supposed to be this dope gunslinger. I'm not saying you've always got to be super serious, but are you bipolar? Like, no offense to bipolar people, but like, it's like, what is wrong with you, bro? Like, is there another personality in there? And I know it's for kids, but I just couldn't get with it. I couldn't get with it. But all right, I'm sorry. Your turn.
Yeah, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I was debating on throwing One Punch Man out there just because I know that like it has a really good balance of great combat. And the comedic, like comic relief in there as well. Even with what's his the guy that basically comes and works for him was it like Zeno? I don't remember his fucking name. The robot man.
Android guy.
Yeah,
Android.
Because he also has his like comic relief moments in that anime as well, just because he's a very serious guy, but that's also kind of why it's funny, just because he doesn't have that emotion to him. All right, so we're on both of our last ones then. We'll end this. Well, your mic's muted, so I'll do it for you.
I wasn't hitting anything.
Oh, were you not?
I was hitting the air, so.
Anyways, probably the one I go back to the most, which it should probably be on this list then, would be Danmachi, or Is It Wrong to Ask a Girl Out in a Dungeon? That is probably one of my go-tos anytime I want to watch anything, because I think a lot of the reason behind why I like that one so much is because there are really good fight scenes. There's a lot of development in there, but I love Dungeons and Dragons, and I think it is a really good show that kind of grasps a lot of that similar, I guess, aesthetic. You've got your points and everything that you upgrade, you're leveling up, you're doing all of that. So kind of like Sword Art Online, actually, in that same aspect where you're kind of leveling up. Well, I guess you are leveling up because, they do that in the anime, but I really like it. And there's also a lot of kind of like side stories out there, like movies, and kind of like OVA series that really give you a little bit more background about a few of the different characters in there as well. And I don't know, it's just, there's something about it that I just really, really enjoy, and I think it's really well done. But yeah, that's probably one of the ones that I've seen and watched the most. So I would assume that it would probably have to be on this list.
I watched 1 or 2 episodes of it.
You're really bad about this, where you watch 1 or 2 episodes and then you just automatically make you cast your judgment upon this show, and then you're like, I couldn't get into it.
No. What I was going to say is I realized I needed to pay more attention to it. It reminded me of one of my favorite games. I'm gonna date myself, but whenever I listen to any song off the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, like if I even hear it in my mind, like I automatically taste oatmeal raisin cookies, and I think of the game As Your Dreams. Okay, because I would get home from whatever grade I was in. I would get home from high school, and I would play As Your Dreams while listening to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill and eating oatmeal raisin cookies. And As Your Dreams is a role-playing game where there's a dungeon, and each level of the dungeon, the monsters get stronger, and basically you catch monsters, and you can level them up with you. I don't remember much else about the game except for, like, there were relationship dynamics in it. Like, you'd go back to the town, and there were, like, several women in the town. There was all types of stuff to do, but there were, like, 3 or 4 women in the town, and you could, like, pretty much end up in a relationship with one of them or all of them. Yeah, and, yeah, but As Your Dreams was my favorite game for whatever. I think it was a PlayStation. I'm old, bro. But so that's another reason. Like, I have to give the anime a chance because it reminded me of As Your Dreams. So I said, I gotta watch it.
I really, really like the show a lot, and I would recommend watching it to its fruition. It's really, really good. And now there's like a couple little seasons out there. There's those OVA series where it basically follows behind one of the other characters that you really don't know a whole lot about during the first season. And I think they've done a really good job with it. And I keep going back to it. Kind of like Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online is one that I've also seen multiple times, but it has kind of that similar feel, that similar aesthetic, but it's less well known than SAO.
Right.
So I want to give that one some props, give that one some love. Know what I'm
saying? This is hard. I really didn't expect to be here right now. I had extra recommendations. I was like, dang, I'm gonna have 6.
I've got so many.
All right, this is what I'm gonna recommend. All right, so here's the thing. Honorable mention. I'm gonna give honorable mention.
Oh, I was gonna do honorable mentions afterwards. I'm gonna just run the whole gambit with the ones that I would recommend. But
I'm gonna do honorable mentions first, so I don't get tempted to bring them up. Honorable mention to Naruto. I just feel like I love Naruto. I've got 2 Naruto characters on my sleeve. All right, and this is a $3,700 tattoo sleeve. Shout out to Ink Master Sebastian.
Obito.
I got Obito and Kurama on my arm. But as a beginner, if you've never watched anime before, I'm not going to tell you to watch it. To me, in my brain, it's a little too slow as far as the start goes. There's a lot of filler. I'm not a big fan of filler. All animes have it. Also, honorable mention, Dragon Ball. I know fans are going to crucify me. I don't effing care. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, GT, and Super, and whatever else. Unless you watch Dragon Ball Z.
What, GT?
The one on YouTube that the creators got tired of making, so they gave up on it. I forgot what it's called. I'll think about it. I'll put a link in the description. They did a great job. If you haven't seen it,
is it like that?
Changes the game.
Is it kind of like that spoof?
Abridged, DBZ Abridged.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It cuts out all the filler. The characters are pretty much the same, and it's oh my god, it's so dope.
Keeps kicking me in the dick.
Yeah. That should be my number 1 recommendation. That really should be it. That should be it. Dragon Ball DBZ Abridged. If you want to start anime, DBZ Abridged.
And then end it. Good seeing you guys. Whoop.
Right. But no. So Dragon Ball, honorable mention. Oh my gosh. Hunter x Hunter. I don't want to give it honorable. I'm not going to even talk about it. Nope. Mm-mm. So I would say, because I really couldn't decide. Oh my gosh, there's so many reasons for these other ones. All right, so let's see, I'm dating. Let's fight. It's okay. So if I'm in my mind, I'm dating someone, right? Like if I'm dating someone, I'm not dating anyone. If I was dating someone, and she was like, get me interested in anime. And she was, moderately intelligent. And I didn't want her to think of it like kiddie stuff like my boy.
Food Wars.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh!
I would say
Food Wars is so good.
You know what? I'll take dating out of it. I'm going to recommend another dark one. This is going to be stupid. Promise Neverland, and you did that to me. You recommended that. It's
really good as well. Promise.
Neverland.
It's awesome.
So my last recommendation is The Promise Neverland. And the reasons I like it. Number one, it's dark. It's dark. You can show it to anybody because there's like no swearing. It's not really that vulgar. It's not super grotesque. There's not a whole lot of crazy fighting in it. But it's only one season.
It's a thriller.
It's a thriller, though. There's a lot of twists and turns in it. It's dark and it's sad. But it's really well done. It's really, really, really well done. So, Promise Neverland, if I'm going to show anime to somebody for the first time and they're moderately intelligent, as long as they're into dark stuff. I know I'm going to regret this later. I know. I wanted to say Demon Slayer too. Can't do SAO. Yeah, mic drop. Your turn.
All right. Well, I mean, damn. If I'm gonna do a couple of my honorable mentions, you hit my hero. I'm just gonna go through my list. I'm just gonna be like, these are the ones that I recommend. Let me hit this. So, Mob Psycho 100. Same, guys that did One Punch Man, really well done. Attack on Titan, if you want basically just utter turmoil, everything gets worse and worse and worse as you're going. And
I've never seen it.
Yeah, you got to watch it because that's one where it's just things never go well. It's and if you just like pain and suffering, it's a great anime. It's really, really good. If you're just into the YouTube stuff, Ruby's really good. That was done by Rooster Teeth.
That's that RWBY
BY.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a little similar to Attack on Titan in the sense that things just progressively get worse with each season. And that would be one that I really, really enjoyed it. After that, I mean, for all you like weebs and simps out there, you got the How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. It's all about the cringy, guy going after these girls and the whole like, I'm strong. You should come back to my room. It's super funny, but it's also that isekai style anime. So, actually, ironically, my wife recommended that one to me. Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. That's another one that's really good. That it has a kind of a similar style to Sword Art Online, but you get quite a bit of character development in that one as well. Log Horizon, very similar to Sword Art Online as well as Overlord. No Game, No Life. There's a lot of strategy involved, and I know I've told you to watch that one, so I do still recommend it. But it's very bright. Like, just the colors that they use, very, very bright. So just be prepared for that. After that, I mean, actually, this one has a bit of a, I don't know, can kind of leave a bad taste on the very first episode. Goblin Slayer.
Never seen it.
Yeah, if you watch the first episode, just be prepared.
I am.
It gets a little brutal in the very first episode. But it really sets the tone for the rest of the show and kind of gets you to the point where you're also just hating everything about goblins. They're just the worst, the most vile creature that you can ever possibly imagine. But so I think that's why they did it in the very first episode. Zombieland Saga, probably one of my favorite moments in anime is in Zombieland Saga. Its very first episode, probably within the first 5 minutes, is one of my favorite moments in anime ever, period. That's what I'm saying. So I'll just let you find that out later. But, Knights and Magic, super wholesome. I absolutely love that one. Food Wars, one of my favorite animes. I'm a big food guy. Haikyuu, also very good.
My ex's daughter loves Haikyuu. Like, loves it. Mm-hmm. She's like an extreme introvert. She doesn't talk hardly.
If you like the underdog,
draws.
It's an underdog story.
She loves that. You bring up Haikyuu, she's like, "Did you watch the new episodes?" I'm like, "Okay, all right, listen, come here, let me hug you. I haven't seen it yet." No.
Yep, one that is most people's probably favorite animes is going to be Brotherhood, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Neon Genesis Evangelion. Basically really shines a light on like depression and like mental anguish, and it's really kind of a deep anime like once you really get into it, but it's but there's also a lot of like mechs and Gundam style like battles and things like that, but it's really a staple. Gundam style, baby. Fairy Tail, also really good. That has a same type of kind of like equation that your Naruto's and that style. of anime kind of follow, but it's also more about family. It's it's about your guild and how that's basically everything to these people. They'll do anything for them, basically like Black Clover. So Fairy Tail and Black Clover are very similar, but Black Clover is kind of in its early stages still. But I think that's going to be one that's going to be going on for a long, long time. Hunter x Hunter, love it. I absolutely love Hunter x Hunter.
That's not good for new people, though.
Well, I'm just throwing out all of my stuff. So basically, if so Hunter x Hunter's a little. It's not going to seem it like whenever you watch it the first time, but it's actually really well done and very smart, kind of show. But I do really like Gon. He's a really good character. But
I like a couple of the characters. I just would never tell a new person to watch Hunter x Hunter. Like if you're unless you're like a kid, and you don't know any better and you're learning about life, and I can show you this without you having a meter for stuff. I can't give it personally. I just can't give it to a new person. Like I wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't for me trusting you and you saying, just get to the 13th episode and then see.
Yeah.
Because you're right.
It was a battle.
It
was a battle that first 10 episodes for you. You're just like, I don't know.
I kept texting you like, why is this dude in Daisy Dukes? And why are the Daisy Dukes rolled up? Why does he use a fishing line? Why is he so stupid?
Now that you bring it up, that is something I was kind of disappointed in. How he just stopped using his fishing pole. That was kind of like his staple in the first, 20, 30 episodes, and then he just ditched it.
It was gone one episode, like Judy from Family Matters. Go to your room. Gone.
Never again.
Next time you saw her, she was in porn, and then she's gone now.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Fooly Cooley, FLCL?
No. Nah.
That's back in the Toonami days.
I heard of it. I never saw it.
It's so bonkers, but it's really good. Erased, Netflix special, thriller, time travel, it's awesome. ReZero, I really enjoyed. The Rising of the Shield Hero, Healed Shiro. But
too much sake, bro.
That's right. I'm gonna get another one here in a second.
Yeah, me too.
Saga of Tanya the Evil. Tanya the Evil, isekai style, follows a war. So if you like war shows, this one's great. Basically, this demented girl just is this war hero, and it's fantastic. After that, Seven Deadly Sins I did really enjoy as well. And then obviously one that you said, Ninja Scroll. It's great.
So what's your final recommendation, bro?
I already did mine. I was just doing honorable mentions at the end. I've already done my 5.
Oh, that's right, because you started. That's right.
Yeah. So I was just going through my list being like, hey, and just another one that's super off the wall bonkers, and it's just I don't know how they came up with any of this, but yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's hilarious, but it's pretty well done.
Well, I'm gonna go through the list of the group. So I'm in several. Thank you, by the way. Thank you so much for your recommendations and your list. I still don't agree with Hunter x Hunter. It's so there's two. I think Dragon Ball, Naruto, and Hunter x Hunter have the most toxic fan base. I'm probably gonna people are gonna make sure that I'm not they're not subscribed based on the amount of hate that it sounds like I have for Hunter x Hunter. I loved the anime. There was just parts of it that I hated, which we can talk about another time. But the group, one of the groups I'm in, I asked them if they were recommending anime for the first time, what animes would they suggest for people? And so I took those I took those people's like recommendations. I scrolled through all the comments, no matter how stupid some of the comments were, and I tallied. And I put this list in order of how many people voted. And so, resounding, everyone disagrees with me and you. The first vote was for Hunter x Hunter. More people voted for Hunter x Hunter, whether it was their first, second, third, fourth, fifth recommendation. More people had Hunter x Hunter on their list of must-see anime than anybody else.
See,
the next highest rated.
I agree when it comes to it's a must-see, but for starters, I don't recommend it. And most of mine on the list, well, quite a few of mine I would recommend as a starting anime, just because basically I would ask someone, what do you like? What things are you into? And I've got a whole gambit of things that I can, basically suggest to you at that point. But even if you told me these are the things that I like, I really like fishing, I wouldn't recommend Hunter x Hunter as as your anime. I like little boys in short shorts. I probably wouldn't recommend it. But if
you like little boys in short shorts, that's probably, I don't even want to talk to you. I don't need to recommend you anything except for maybe some therapy.
But I wouldn't recommend it as a starting anime. I really wouldn't. But
yeah. It's not a good starter for me. Demon Slayer, I almost said Demon Slayer myself. So Demon Slayer is up there.
Oh, I didn't even say Demon Slayer as one of the honorable mentions, even though I do have it on here.
I would say start with Demon Slayer. That's a good one. That's a pretty good one to start with. That probably should have been my first one, but I think I'd say the thing is the stuff I like about Demon Slayer, I like about some of the other stuff I mentioned. So I've already mentioned dark anime. This anime has good. It's dark and it has action, and the story is good too. So I feel like if I'm starting out, that'd be my second anime. I'd be like, did you like the one I recommended? Yeah, I like it. I want to see more. Cool. Watch Demon Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're like really hooked. So, all right, Demon Slayer. Naruto was the next one. So Hunter x Hunter, Hunter x Hunter, whatever. My Hero, Demon Slayer, then Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Death Note, Seven Deadly Sins, Yu Yu Hakusho, Grappler Baki. My tattoo artist again, Sebastian Murphy. He loves Grappler Baki. Like, he recommended it and then gave me like so much extra information about Grappler Baki that I have absolutely. He was just like, yeah, you got to watch this one because this one talks about his dad, and his dad, he had this move and he took this move from his dad. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I haven't watched it yet, but he made me watch Dragon Ball Super.
Ooh, Sebastian Murphy.
Yeah. He's probably not gonna watch this. Otherwise my back piece is gonna cost more than $10,000, which is the cost of it now. So, all right. Next, Attack on Titan, High School DxD,
mm-hmm.
Cowboy Bebop, Rent a Girlfriend, Kabukicho Sherlock, Konosuba, No Gun No Life, Megalobox. I can't read today. Y'all gotta forgive me. Megalobox Fruits Basket, Disastrous Life of Psyche, Soul Eater, Dragon Ball. I'm so shocked that Dragon Ball was so low on this list, by the way. Karuko No Basket, Promise Neverland, Akira. I'm surprised that was lower too. It just shows me that the people in this group are a lot younger than me. I probably shouldn't be in this group. Then Dragon Ball Z. So more people voted for Dragon Ball than Dragon Ball Z, oddly enough.
I mean, I would agree with it.
Yeah, I could agree with that too.
I would agree. I would agree with it. You concur.
I concur, sir. Saki with the pinky out. Okay.
Yeah, in your
in my ketchup packet. Kill La Kill, Attack on Titan, Death Parade, Hide and Go Kill, Agama No Kill. I'm probably saying that. I probably wrote that wrong because I think it's something different. Avatar, The Last Airbender. I'll allow it. Tokyo Ghoul. I'm surprised that's lower. Natsume's Book of Friends. Full Metal Panic. OHS Host Club, and then there was some after that, but the list is gone. So that is what the group recommended. If I guess based on everything that we've all talked about, it sounds like My Hero, Death Note, Hunter. Just listen to us, all right? Y'all don't got to listen to them. I'm telling you right now. Well, the individual is smart. The group is stupid. All right, not the group I'm in, but this is terms. You know, people, they say an individual is intelligent, the herd is not. Just go with us. You just trust your boys. Yeah. You know, trust us.
Sure. So well, what I would probably say then, like if anyone that would possibly be watching this, if there's something that you're really into or things that you're into right now, and you're maybe not into anime and maybe would like to check one out, I guess, is that a thing we do? Like, post something in the comments and then we'll give you a recommendation, because like I've got tons of them. So if there's certain things that you like or things that you don't like, we could probably point you in the right direction. That's
what's up. Do it. Yeah, comments, slide in our DMs. Not his, he's married, and that probably, but I guess that's it. Other than that, a good place you can reach us, Brotendo, aka Pookie. Where can they find you at? If they have questions for you, if they want to tell you that.
Well, I think I don't post anything anywhere. So if they do it in the comments, I'm sure I can pop up in there. I've got a YouTube account or something. I'm sure I can add things in the comments there. But I'm on Facebook, and I have an Instagram. I don't really use any of them very much.
They need your IG, bro.
What? I don't even know what it is. Aaron Vogie.
You know what? We're gonna get this together. We're gonna get this together.
I'm out of the loop. I don't do things very much.
You can reach me, Nerd and Bourbon on Instagram. Where's the Poet on Instagram? Where's the Poet on everything? Nerd and Bourbon on YouTube. I've been doing things for a long time. I stopped for a while, but I'm, what does Backstreet Boys say? Oh my God, we're back again.
Or, all right.
All right. Same song, different part. Next episode, we are going to be discussing our favorite anime memes, and there's going to be questions in these memes. We're gonna talk about them. Until next time, you get to see my workout shirt. This isn't even my final form.
And I have got such a good question for the next show. And a really good answer for it as well. So, yeah, look out for that.
All right. See y'all next time. Be there. Or be square, because you won't be around. That's where that came from. You're welcome.
Oh, God. Was that a thing you put ketchup in?
Yep.
Oh, boy.